Donald Trump, with the help of Pete Hegseth, is attempting to hobble our military. And I, for the life of me, cannot understand why, because what they're doing will inexorably harm our national security posture on a global stage. And I talked the other day about highly qualified black engineer recruits that are not being sought after only because they're black. And now we have a story from the same outlet, military.com. We're not talking about Mother Jones. We're not talking about the New Republic. We're not talking about Jacobin, some socialist news outlet. We're talking about military.com, people who specifically cover the military, people who are themselves veterans, who care deeply about the well-being of our troops. Check this headline out from military.com. Army cuts outreach at girls' school after dropping recruiting at black engineering event. So explain this to me. If we want the best, we'll just put it like this. If they are not trying to cripple our military and harm our national security posture and give Russia and our opponents on a global, adversaries on a global stage, and give them a leg up against us, why are they trying to diminish our recruiting in this country? Because this is an event that could have tapped talent, ability, expertise, and get them into the military employment pipeline. You can criticize whether or not you believe that we should have a bigger military or a smaller military. I believe it should be smaller. I believe the Pentagon budget should be about 50% of what it is. It absolutely should not be $1 trillion a year nearly. No, it should not. We don't need to be that powerful a military. We just don't. We spend more than the next 8 or 10 countries combined. Yet, it appears Donald Trump wants an all-male, all-white military, because when presented with talent, with merit, they say no, and not because it's not qualified. They're saying no because, no, you're black. We don't care how talented you are. We don't care how much merit you have. We don't care how much skill sets you have. You're black. And now we're learning it's the same with women. They want a white male military. Let's see how that works out for you, Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump. Here's the article. The Army has severed a long-standing partnership with Ashley Hall, an all-girls preparatory school in Charleston, South Carolina, as the Pentagon radically recalibrates its approach to diversity under President Donald Trump. For the first time since 2017, the Army Corps of Engineers will not participate in Ashley Hall's annual Introduce a Girl to Engineering Day, an outreach event scheduled for Friday. The initiative, once a staple of the Army's public engagement efforts, was designed to draw students into science and engineering careers, fields where the military has long struggled to fill critical roles due to steep academic requirements. Now look, all of these people out there who opine and just say without qualification, without any evidence, that the United States is the most powerful country in the world. We're the freest, we're the richest, we're the smartest. Yet they want to dumb us down. They want to diminish our position on a global stage economically, culturally, diplomatically, militarily. And we'll just see how long we are the most powerful country on the world when we have an only white, only male military. When recruiting numbers start to dip and the military cannot be staffed appropriately at the numbers that Donald Trump thinks it should be staffed. The $1 trillion a year United States Department of Defense. We'll see. Because ultimately what's going to happen, they're going to have to reverse these policies, or they're going to have to implement a draft. And then it'll just be people who don't have the ability to dodge the draft like Donald Trump did because of his little sore feet. Oh, my bone spurs, he cried as a physical coward and a weakling. The decision comes after the Army and other services dropped recruiting efforts at a prestigious Black engineering event in Baltimore this month, despite Army Recruiting Command's long-standing public partnership with the Black Engineer of the Year awards. Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ordered that programs or policies acknowledging a diverse military force or promoting women, people of minority backgrounds, and gay and lesbian troops be eliminated. Privately, recruiters and other Army officials are increasingly confused over what is considered a diversity event and whether any public engagement remotely associated with the gender or ethnicity is off the table. A spokesperson for the school did not return a request for comment. The Department of Defense also scrubbed some mentions of events at Ashley Hall in previous years from the Defense Visual Information Distribution Service, or DVIDS, which hosts news releases, photos, and other information for the public. Much of the Army is in the midst of auditing recruiting and other public occasions for any indication that they can be perceived as being associated with women or minorities, multiple officials have explained. That's a hell of a sentence, is it not? That this melting pot, this country of a diverse makeup, that much of the Army is in the midst of auditing recruiting and other occasions for any indication that it can be perceived as being associated with women or minorities, multiple officials have explained. Look, as a former United States Marine who served with a cadre of diverse individuals, this is not just heartbreaking that they are changing the very makeup of our military, of our troops, but also scary from a national security standpoint. It just is. It's fact. The engagement at the all-girls school was centered around science, technology, and engineering, and mathematics, or STEM. Quote, yes, the Army Corps of Engineers pulled out of the STEM outreach at Ashley Hall this year and will continue to review its personnel, policies, and programs to ensure it remains in compliance with law and presidential orders. The law says nothing about you not being able to recruit Black folks, women, people who are wildly qualified in critical skill sets for the military, engineering, science, math. If we want to be the best, we need to recruit the best. And that is not on the agenda for Donald Trump. It was unclear why a service official requested anonymity to discuss complying with executive orders issued by Trump. The decision, final paragraph, the decision to cut ties with Ashley Hall Girls School and the high-profile Black engineering event were not the only recent incidents in which the military appeared to be distancing itself from women and Black Americans. Did you serve? Do you have experience like me in the military? Are you a veteran? What was it like when you served? Because unless you served in like the 1930s and 1940s, you served in a military environment that was integrated. Donald Trump seems to be, he wants extreme segregation, not just segregating blacks from whites or just not including blacks at all, I guess separate but equal to the next degree, but he's also wanting to exclude women from the equation, from military service. Highly qualified, capable, skilled practitioners of a speciality. But if they're not white or male, preferably both for them, it's a no-go for the Donald Trump administration. Helmed by sex pest, credibly accused rapist. I guess they both are, Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth. Anyway, scary, and only time will tell just how much damage is done, just how much danger we face as a nation because of these decisions that are just predicated on bigotry. What do you think? You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at Dollemore.com. I do want to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you on this, especially my brothers and sisters in arms who served in the military. I really want to hear your opinion. And maybe if somebody disagrees, I can't imagine. I guess I can imagine, but we'll see. Anyway, consider supporting this work. You can click the join button, see what's involved. For $2 a month, you can help support and produce these videos. You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. I love and appreciate you very much. A lot of news, man, crazy, crazy days. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.